Of the cross-examination of the defense. Lead Defense Counsel Serafin Cuevas is expected to ask De Lima about her testimony yesterday, citing the dissenting opinion of Associate Justice Maria Lourdes Sereno. If we recall, De Lima was saying that Corona played a special role when he decided to issue that TRO of the Supreme Court, even if there was an en banc meeting wherein the justices agreed and ruled that the Arroyos have not yet complied with all of the conditions of the TRO. So De Lima was citing that dissenting opinion and also said that Corona confirmed that her dissenting opinion on the issue not be promulgated. So this afternoon, some of the issues we're expecting the defense to raise will be how that testimony will be credible, considering that it was just based on the dissenting opinion of Justice Sereno. Will that be merely hearsay evidence, or if it will stand in court? Another issue that the defense will raise is the collegiality of the rulings of the Supreme Court. Yesterday, defense lawyers were saying that Chief Justice Renato Corona cannot be held to account for the decisions of the entire Supreme Court. But as De Lima was saying, Corona played a special role, and it will be determined this afternoon how the defense counsels will try to attack or to question that statement of the Justice Secretary. Speaking of Article 7, again, the Arroyo TRO, we expect other witnesses that the prosecution will introduce either this afternoon or on Monday, like the doctor of former President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, Juliet Gopez Cervantes, who was, of course, one of her physicians from St. Luke's Global City. We recall that Dr. Cervantes was also asked by the government to testify before the Supreme Court, but the Supreme Court denied that request. Again, this is a continuing issue, and this morning, this was actually the big news, with Arroyo pleading not guilty to charges of electoral sabotage, still with the Pasay RTC. So again, this issue of GMA and how she will be held accountable with Corona, whom President Aquino calls the stumbling block to his efforts to reform the judiciary and to hold former President Arroyo accountable. So that's what we expect for this afternoon. We will also see if the prosecution will indeed decide to rest its case after Article 7 and drop 5 other articles of impeachment. There has been talk about cutting short the trial coming from the prosecutors, but there has been no final decision so far. We will see today or on Monday if indeed they will stop with Article 7. Join us as the trial begins at 2 p.m.